Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Tuesday, February 8, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Phoenix Suns vs Philadelphia 76ers. The Suns are one of the best teams in basketball, and against Washington on Saturday, they won 95-80. They were led by DeAndre Ayton, who had a double-double with 20 points and 16 rebounds. Chris Paul chipped in with 14 points, while Devin Booker had 11 points. Here is the key to picking a winner in this game. Philadelphia will beat teams utilizing Embiid in the post and his ability to find the open man that can knock down shots when he is unable to create his own shot. Phoenix, on the other hand, can beat teams by limiting them defensively, they can beat teams with outside shooting, and they can beat teams in transition. Simply put, the Suns have more ways to beat you. If you are afraid of the fact that this is the second game of a back-to-back, the Suns are 5-2 this season in the second games of back-to-backs. In addition, Phoenix has the bodies this season to handle bigger teams and/or bigger players. The addition of McGee has completely changed both the Suns' second unit as a whole and the team's interior defense in particular. McGee allows the Suns to throw different players at Embiid to disrupt his game. The Suns look like a team primed to make an appearance in the NBA Finals again this season and look like a team that can probably stand pat at the trade deadline. Our first betting pick will be Phoenix +1. Philadelphia currently ranks 14th in the NBA in offensive efficiency. A certain bearded guard could eventually improve those numbers. Currently the Sixers' offense goes exclusively through Embiid, who then waits for the eventual double team and finds the Sixers' fleet of wing shooters, including Tobias Harris and Tyrese Maxey. Philadelphia is 10th in the NBA in 3 PTFG%, and that is mainly due to the excellent spacing that is provided by having such an imposing threat down low like Embiid. Philadelphia is also a solid 10th in the NBA in defensive efficiency, but just 28th in rebounding efficiency. The Sixers tend to play smaller lineups around Embiid and often suffer on the glass as a result. Phoenix is amongst the NBA leaders in a number of categories. 3rd in offensive efficiency, 3rd in scoring, 3rd in assist-turnover ratio, and 2nd in defensive efficiency. The numbers are all there, and many of the usual suspects are getting it done. Chris Paul and Devin Booker have both been named All-Stars, and DeAndre Ayton and Cameron Johnson continue to improve. One addition, however, has quietly made the Suns a real threat come playoff time. JaVale McGee. Look at his stat lines in the last 2 games. Against Washington, McGee played 14 minutes and had 6 points, 10 rebounds and 3 blocks. Against Chicago, McGee played 23 minutes and had 16 points, 8 rebounds and 3 blocks. His plus rating combined in the 2 games was +26. McGee's numbers are a good indication of the difference a key bench player can make on a very good team. Our second pick will be under the total. Boston Celtics vs Brooklyn Nets. A big reason for the Brooklyn Nets' recent skid is their inability to overcome key injuries. Most notably, Kevin Durant has missed significant time with a knee injury. Aside from Durant, Brooklyn will enter this matchup without LaMarcus Aldridge, Joe Harris, and Paul Millsap to injuries. Given that this game is taking place in Brooklyn, the team will also be without Kyrie Irving. I normally would not want to go against a team with a winning record, on an 8-game losing streak, and a home underdog. But these are not normal circumstances. Regardless of what the season stats say, the team the Nets will put on the floor Tuesday night is not going to be what the Nets hoped for. They just played their last 5 games with Kyrie Irving, all losses, and now will play 1 home game without him before inserting him back in the lineup for the next 2 games on the road. Part-time Kyrie has been bad for team chemistry. Then there's James Harden, who has not played in the last 2 games and only finished with 4 points in 37 minutes against the Kings last Tuesday. The Celtics are playing well right now and have won each of their last 5 games all by at least 6 points. The Nets have lost their last 4 games by at least 10 points. The Boston Celtics enter this matchup with one of the more exciting duos in the NBA, with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown averaging 25.6 and 23.9 points, respectively. Throughout the season, each player has also contributed to the team's rebounding effort, with Tatum at 8.5 and Brown at 6.5. Veteran guard Marcus Smart leads the team in assists at 5.4 per game. Our first betting pick will be Boston Celtics -5.5. The Brooklyn Nets are a mess right now. Kevin Durant, 29.3 ppg. 7.4 revs, 5.8 assists. Joe Harris, 11.3 ppg, LaMarcus Aldridge, 13.4 ppg, 5.6 rebounds, are all currently out with injuries. Kyrie Irving, 23.2 ppg, is unable to play in home games, and Nick Claxton, 9.1 ppg, and James Harden, 22.5 ppg, 10.2 assists, 8.0 rebounds, 1.3 steals, are both questions for Tuesday with hamstring issues. If Harden can't play, the Nets will be led by Patty Mills, 13.8 ppg, Cam Thomas, 8.3 ppg, and a cast of other role players that includes Blake Griffin, 6.8 ppg. Things are starting to get fun in Boston. The Celtics beat Orlando 116-83 on Sunday, extending their current winning streak to 5 games. The Celtics are now the 8th in the Eastern Conference according to win percentage. Boston is 4th in the NBA allowing 104 ppg, 2nd holding teams to 43.3% shooting from the floor, and 8th giving up 34.1% from 3. On offense, they are 19th scoring 108.1 ppg, 22nd shooting 45% from the field, and 22nd, only making 34% from 3. Jason Tatum leads the team with 25.6 ppg, and Jaylen Brown averages 23.9 ppg. Dennis Schroeder averages 14.4 ppg, and Marcus Smart, who averages 11.3 ppg, leads the team with 5.4 assists and 1.8 steals. Robert Williams III leads the team with 9.5 rebounds per game and 2.2 blocks, also chipping in 9.8 ppg. Our second betting pick will be under the total. Indiana Pacers vs Atlanta Hawks. Domantas Sabonis, 18.9 ppg 12.1 rpg, leads the Pacers in scoring and rebounding, and while he had 11 boards in the loss to the Cavs, he only had 9 points after scoring at least 20 points in 2 of his previous 3 games. It looks as if the team is throwing in the towel on the season, as they recently traded second leading scorer Karis LeVert, 18.7 ppg, to Cleveland for Ricky Rubio and 3 draft picks. Third leading scorer Malcolm Brogdon, 18.5 ppg, has missed the last few games with an Achilles injury and is listed as questionable to face Atlanta. On the season, the Pacers are tied for the second fewest road wins, 6-21, in the league. Indiana is pretty much done this season, and the move that sent LeVert to the Cavaliers pretty much marked that the team has waved the white flag. The Pacers still don't have Brogdon and Turner here, which takes away a pair of starters from the mix. Throw in the dealing of LeVert, and you're playing a replacement lineup trying to fill the gaps of 3 starters. Atlanta is still fighting to stay in the playoff picture in the Eastern Conference, and that means beating teams below them in the standings. Playing at home should work in Atlanta's favor, as should the fact that the Pacers are missing several key contributors. The Hawks were on the road in their last game, and like the Pacers they played good defense, but struggled to shoot the rock in a 103-94 loss to the Dallas Mavericks. They held the Mavs to 43.2% shooting, but only shot 38.9% from the floor and were ice cold from deep, with a 3 PTFG percent of 20%, 5-25. John Collins led the Hawks with 22 points and a season-high 18 rebounds, and star Trae Young only had 17 points on 6-19 shooting, missing all 6 of his 3-pointers. Our first betting pick will be Atlanta Hawks -10. The Hawks enter this contest 9th in scoring offense by averaging 111.5 points per game. Atlanta is 19th in rebounding by collecting 44.4 boards a night, while the team stands 14th by dishing out 24.2 assists per contest. Atlanta is 23rd in the league in scoring defense, as they allow opponents to score 111.4 points per game this season. Trae Young leads the team with 27.7 points and 9.3 assists per game this season. John Collins puts up 17 points plus 8.1 rebounds a night. DeAndre Hunter chips in 13.2 points a game, while Kevin Huerter, 11.5 points, and Danilo Gallinari, 10.3 points, are good secondary scoring options. Clint Capella, 11 points, 12.2 rebounds, 1.4 blocks, Bogdan Bogdanovic, 12.5 points, Gorgui Dieng, Lou Williams, Onyeka Okongwu, Dylan Wright and Skylar Mays are key rotation pieces for coach Nate McMillan. Atlanta is 8th in the league in field goal percentage by hitting 46.6% of their shots from the floor this season. The Hawks are 12th in threes per game, as they hit 12.4 per contest, and stand 2nd in three-point percentage, as they hit 37.3% of their attempts from beyond the arc. Williams' hamstring was out Sunday, so keep an eye out for an update on his status. For the year, Indiana is 15th in the league in scoring Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.